The child's hand gripped his boot. "Please don't tell him I'm here." Cole looked down. A girl crouched under his table, maybe 10 years old. Her lip was bleeding. Dirt streaked her face and bare feet. "Who?" Cole asked. "My stepdad. He's coming, please." The diner door burst open. Cole dropped his hand to the table's edge. A man stormed inside, scanning the room. "Anyone seen a little girl?" "Brown hair, pink shirt." The waitress shook her head. The truckers at the counter kept eating. Cole took a long sip of coffee. "Just us bikers here." The man's eyes narrowed. "You sure about that?" "I'm sure." Cole set down his cup without breaking eye contact. The stepfather walked closer. Cole's fingers drummed the table once. Behind him, 3 other bikers stood up. Leather creaked. Chairs scraped. "Maybe check down the road," Cole said. His voice stayed level. The man's jaw tightened. He looked at Cole's scarred knuckles, at the patches on the vests, at the wall of muscle between him and the door. "Yeah, maybe I will." He backed toward the exit. "But I'll be back." The door slammed. The girl under the table started shaking. Cole waited 30 seconds. "He's gone, you can come out." The girl didn't move. "I'm Cole, what's your name?" "Leia." Her voice was barely a whisper. "Leia, I won't hurt you, come sit in the booth." She crawled out slowly. Cole saw the bruises on her arms, the old ones and the new ones, his hands clenched. "When did you eat last?" he asked. "Yesterday morning." Cole waved at the waitress. "Bring her a burger and fries, chocolate shake too." Leia stared at him. "Why are you helping me?" "Because you asked." Cole pushed his water glass toward her. "Drink." She drank the whole glass. Her hands shook so hard water spilled down her chin. The waitress brought food. Leia grabbed the burger with both hands. She ate like someone who'd been starving. Cole watched the parking lot through the window. "Where's your mom?" he asked. "Dead 2 years ago." "Other family?" Leia shook her head. "Just him. And he's not really my stepdad anymore. Mom died, so he's nothing. But the state said I had to stay." "The state said that?" Cole's voice went hard. "Until they find me a foster home. Been waiting 8 months." One of the other bikers walked over. Big guy, bald head, arms like tree trunks. Name was Tank. "Cole, we got a problem?" Tank asked. "Yeah, we do." "What kind?" Cole nodded at Leia. "The kind that makes men bleed." Tank looked at the girl's bruises. His face went dark. "Say the word, boss." "Not yet, but soon." Cole turned back to Leia. "That man hits you?" She nodded. "Often?" "Every day, sometimes twice." Cole stood up. He walked to the payphone on the wall, dropped in quarters, dialed. "Sheriff's Department? Yeah, I need to report child abuse." 20 minutes later, a patrol car pulled up. A deputy walked in. Young guy, fresh uniform. "Someone called about a child?" the deputy asked. Cole pointed to Leia. The deputy's expression changed when he saw her face. "What's your name, sweetheart?" The deputy crouched down. "Leia Morrison." "And who did this to you?" Before she could answer, the diner door opened again. The stepfather stood there. He saw Leia, saw the deputy. "That's my kid," the stepfather said. "She ran off. I've been looking everywhere." "That's so." The deputy stood up. "What's her full name?" "Leia Morrison." "When's her birthday?" The stepfather hesitated. "June something. Look, she's mine. Give her back." "June something." The deputy's hand moved to his belt. "Sir, step outside with me." "I don't have to do nothing. That's my kid." The deputy's radio crackled. He spoke into it quietly. Backup was coming. The stepfather lunged toward Leia. "Get over here, you little—" Cole moved. 1 second he was sitting. The next his hand caught the stepfather's wrist. Cole twisted. The man dropped to his knees. "Don't," Cole said. "One word." The stepfather tried to pull free. Cole twisted harder. Bone creaked. "I said don't." "Let me go, you can't." The deputy grabbed the stepfather's other arm. Cuffs clicked. "You're under arrest for assault on a minor. You have the right to remain silent." The stepfather started yelling. Threats, curses, promises about what he'd do. The deputy dragged him outside. 2 more patrol cars arrived. Red and blue lights painted the diner windows. Leia sat frozen in the booth. Silent tears ran down her face. Cole sat back down across from her. "Eat your fries. They're getting cold." "What happens now?" she whispered. Now you're safe." "But where do I go?" Cole looked at her, really looked. She had the same eyes his daughter had, the same age, the same fear he'd seen right before the cancer took her. "Let me make a call," he said. A social worker showed up an hour later, woman named Mrs. Chen. She carried a clipboard and tired eyes. "Leia Morrison." Mrs. Chen sat down in the booth. I'm here to help you, Leia said nothing. We're going to find you a safe place to stay tonight, okay? Where? Leia asked. A group home, just temporarily until we find a foster family. I don't want to go to a group home. Leia's voice cracked. Mrs. Chen's expression softened. I know, honey, but it's the process. Cole stood at the counter, listening. Tank walked up beside him. You thinking what I think you're thinking? Tank asked. Probably. Man, we're bikers. They won't let us. Watch me. Cole walked over to Mrs. Chen. What if I take her? Mrs. Chen looked up, took in the leather vest, the patches, the scars. Sir, foster care requires background checks, home inspections, training. I'll do all of it. It takes months. Then what happens to her tonight? Mrs. Chen sighed. Group home. 15 other kids. Rotating staff. It's clean and safe, but it's not a home, Cole finished. No, it's not. Cole pulled out his wallet, showed her his license. I'm clean, no record, I own a business, auto shop, 5 employees, been running it 12 years. Mr. Cole, just Cole, and I'm not asking to adopt her tomorrow, I'm asking for emergency placement, tonight, while you do your paperwork. Mrs. Chen looked at Leia. Is that what you want? Leia looked at Cole. You'd really let me stay? Got a spare room, got food, got a dog who likes kids. You have a dog, big ugly thing named Wrench, he'll love you. For the first time, Leia almost smiled. Mrs. Chen tapped her pen on the clipboard. I could do emergency placement, 72 hours, but I'll need to inspect your home. And you'll need to start the foster certification process immediately. Done, Cole said. And one of your friends needs to be there too, another adult for propriety. Tank raised his hand. I'll do it. Got a spare sleeping bag. Mrs. Chen made a note. Okay, let's go see this house. Cole's house sat at the end of a gravel road. Small, one-story, needed paint, but the yard was clean, the porch was solid. A massive German shepherd ran up when they arrived. Leia stepped behind Cole. That's Wrench, Cole said. Sit. Wrench sat. His tail swept the dirt like a broom. He won't bite, Leia asked. Not unless I tell him to. Hold out your hand, let him smell. Leia stretched out her hand. Wrench sniffed, then licked her fingers. She giggled, actually giggled. Mrs. Chen walked through the house, checking rooms, cabinets, smoke detectors. She wrote on her clipboard, asked questions. Cole answered each one. The bedroom's this way, Cole said. He opened a door. The room was empty except for boxes. Dust covered everything. I'll clean it out tonight, Cole said. Get her a bed tomorrow. Mrs. Chen looked at the boxes. What's in them? Cole's jaw tightened. My daughter's things. Your daughter, she died 3 years ago, cancer. The room went quiet. Mrs. Chen's voice softened. I'm sorry, Cole nodded. Me too, but these boxes should be a kid's room, not a storage closet. He started pulling boxes out. Tank helped. They worked in silence, carrying each one to the garage. Leia stood in the doorway, watching. Can I help? She asked. Cole handed her a small box, light enough for her to carry, stacked them by the workbench. They worked for an hour. The room emptied. Cole swept the floor, wiped down the walls. Tank went out and came back with sheets, a pillow, and a sleeping bag. Air mattress until we get a real bed, Tank said. He inflated it with an air compressor. Mrs. Chen finished her inspection. Okay, 72 hours. I'll be back tomorrow to check in. She handed Cole a folder. Emergency foster parent packet. Read it. Follow it. 1 violation and Leia goes to the group home. Understand? Understood. Mrs. Chen left. The house felt suddenly quiet. Leia stood in the middle of the living room holding a pillowcase, lost. You hungry again? Cole asked. She nodded. Good. Tank can't cook worth a damn, but I make decent spaghetti. Days turned into weeks. Cole started the foster certification process. Background checks came back clean. Home inspections passed. Mrs. Chen visited twice a week. Each time she saw Leia smiling more. The Iron Hawks became unofficial uncles. Tank taught Leia how to change a tire. A biker named Ratchet showed her basic motorcycle maintenance. Another named Smokey taught her chess. Cole enrolled her in school, 5th grade. The bruises faded. Her ribs stopped showing. She started sleeping through the night. One evening, Cole found her in the garage. She was sitting on an old motorcycle gripping the handlebars. That was my first bike, Cole said. 1972 Honda. Does it still run? Leia asked. Hasn't run in 15 years, but it could. Could you teach me to fix it? Cole grabbed 2 wrenches. Lesson 1, this is a socket wrench. They worked on the bike every evening. Cole showed her how engines worked, how chains connected, how everything had a purpose and a place. "Why do you ride motorcycles?" Leia asked one night. Cole tightened a bolt. "Freedom. When you're on a bike, nothing else matters, just the road." "Were you sad when your daughter died?" Cole's hands stopped. "Yeah, every day. Do you still get sad?" "Sometimes, but you know what helps?" "What?" "Helping someone else makes the sad feel smaller." Leia wiped grease off a spark plug. "I'm glad I hid under your table." Cole's throat tightened. "Me too, kid." 3 months passed. The stepfather made bail. Nobody told Leia. Nobody wanted to scare her. Cole got the call from Mrs. Chen on a Tuesday. "He's out. Restraining order is active, but you should know." "Thanks for the heads up." Cole doubled the locks, told Tank to sleep over again, told the other Hawks to cruise by the house regularly. Friday night, Cole was making dinner. Leia was doing homework at the kitchen table. Wrench started growling. Cole looked out the window. A truck sat at the end of the driveway. The stepfather. "Leia, go to your room, lock the door." "Why?" She saw his face. "Is it him?" "Go now." She ran. Cole heard the door lock click. He pulled out his phone, dialed the sheriff. "This is Cole Brennan. The restraining order's being violated. Send a car." He hung up, grabbed a baseball bat from the closet. The front door shook. Someone kicked it. Once, twice. The frame cracked. Cole stepped onto the porch. The stepfather stood on the bottom step, drunk, angry. "Where is she?" The stepfather slurred. "Doesn't matter, you're not getting near her." "She's mine. State gave her to me." "State took her away. You're going back to jail." The stepfather charged up the steps. Cole swung the bat. It connected with the man's shoulder. He stumbled, fell, got back up. "Big mistake, biker trash." The stepfather pulled a knife. Cole dropped the bat, raised his fists. "Last chance, walk away." "Make me." The stepfather lunged. Cole sidestepped, grabbed the knife arm, drove his elbow into the man's face. Blood sprayed. The knife clattered to the porch. The stepfather swung wildly, connected with Cole's ribs. Pain exploded. Cole absorbed it, drove a fist into the stepfather's gut. The man doubled over. Cole grabbed him by the collar, shoved him down the steps. The stepfather hit the gravel hard. "Stay down," Cole said. The stepfather tried to stand. Cole kicked his legs out. He collapsed again. Sirens wailed in the distance, getting closer. The stepfather spat blood. "This isn't over." "Yeah, it is." 2 patrol cars arrived. Deputies jumped out, guns drawn. They cuffed the stepfather, read him his rights. Again, one deputy took Cole's statement. The knife on the porch helped. Self-defense was clear. They loaded the stepfather into the car. He screamed threats through the window, promises of revenge. The car drove away. Cole sat down on the porch steps. His ribs screamed, probably cracked. The door unlocked. Leia ran out, wrench behind her. She threw her arms around Cole. "You're bleeding," she said. "I'm fine. You fought him for me." Cole pulled her close. "Yeah, I did." "Why?" "Because that's what family does." Leia started crying, not sad tears, different ones. Cole held her until she stopped. Tank's motorcycle roared up the driveway, then Ratchet's, then Smokey's, the whole crew they'd heard on the police scanner. "Boss okay?" Tank asked. "I'm good. Need us to finish what you started?" "No, law's got him now. 24-hour hold, then arraignment, then prison." Tank nodded. "We'll take shifts tonight anyway, just in case." The bikers set up camp in the yard, lawn chairs, coffee. Watchful eyes. Nobody slept much. Inside, Cole put Leia to bed, Wrench curled up on the floor beside her mattress. "Cole," she said in the dark. "Yeah, are you my family now, for real?" Cole stood in the doorway. "If you want me to be." "I do." "Then yeah, I am." The stepfather went to trial 6 months later. Assault, violation of restraining order, child abuse charges. The evidence was overwhelming. Leia didn't have to testify. Cole had pushed for that. The prosecutor had enough without her. Verdict came back in 2 hours, guilty on all counts. 8 years minimum. Cole got the call at the auto shop. He told Leia that evening. She asked if it was really over. He said yes. She cried again, relief this time. The foster certification finalized a month later. Mrs. Chen came to the house with paperwork. "Official foster placement," she said. "Congratulations, Cole." But there was something else in her eyes, something careful. "What?" Cole asked. A family came forward, traditional family. 2 parents, stable income, experience with foster care. They want to meet Leia. Cole's stomach dropped. Does she have to? No, but it's a good opportunity, long-term placement, maybe adoption. Cole looked at Leia. She was outside, teaching Wrench new tricks. Happy, laughing. What's best for her? Cole asked. That's not for me to say. Cole called Leia inside, explained the situation. Her face went pale. You don't want me anymore, she asked. That's not what this is. You deserve a real family, 2 parents, stability. You're stable, the Hawks are stable. We're bikers, kid, we're not exactly PTA material. Leia crossed her arms. I don't care, I want to stay here. Mrs. Chen leaned forward. Leia, just meet them, see what you think, no pressure. The meeting happened at a park. The couple seemed nice. Warm smiles, gentle voices. They had a daughter already, age 8. They brought cookies. Leia was polite, answered their questions, played with their daughter on the swings. Cole watched from a bench. Tank sat beside him. She'd be good there, Tank said. Yeah, you gonna fight it? No, it's not about me. After an hour, Mrs. Chen walked over. They want to move forward, start weekend visits. Cole nodded, didn't trust his voice. Leia ran up. Can I talk to you alone? They walked to the edge of the park, out of earshot. They're nice, Leia said. They are, but I don't want to go. Leia, you saved me, you and the Hawks. You're my family, I don't want a different one. Cole crouched down, looked her in the eyes. This isn't about what I want, it's about what's best for you. You are what's best for me. I'm a single guy who fixes motorcycles. They're a real family. So are you. You made spaghetti every Tuesday. You helped with my homework. You fought a man with a knife for me. That's a real family. Cole's eyes burned. You sure? I'm sure. He stood up, walked back to Mrs. Chen. She wants to stay with me. Mrs. Chen looked at Leia, then back at Cole. You understand what you're taking on? Long-term foster care, maybe adoption down the line. It's a commitment. I understand. And you want this? Cole looked at Leia, saw his second chance standing there, saw redemption in a 10-year-old girl with brave eyes. Yeah, I want this. Mrs. Chen smiled. Then let's make it official. 5 years later, Leia turned 15. The adoption had finalized when she was 12. She was legally Leia Brennan now. She sat in the garage working on the old Honda. It ran now, perfectly. She'd rebuilt the whole thing with Cole's help. Ready for your learner's permit test? Cole asked. For the car, yeah. When can I get my motorcycle license? 16. We've been over this. That's 6 months away. Then you can wait 6 months. She threw a rag at him. He caught it, grinning. The Iron Hawks still came around. Tank had gotten married. Ratchet had grandkids now. Smokey had retired and moved to Florida, but they all called on Leia's birthday. She'd grown up around leather and motorcycles. She knew how to change oil, throw a punch, and spot trouble from a mile away. She also knew algebra, played clarinet, and volunteered at the animal shelter. Cole had learned to braid hair, pack school lunches, navigate parent-teacher conferences. The Hawks still gave him grief about going soft. He didn't care. One Saturday, Leia came home with a flyer. My school needs volunteers for a mentorship program. What kind of mentorship? Cole asked. For kids in the system. Foster kids, kids like I was. Cole read the flyer. You want to do this? Yeah, I remember what it felt like, being scared, alone. Maybe I can help. You're 15. So you were a biker when you helped me. Age doesn't matter, heart does. Cole smiled. When you get so smart? I had a good teacher. She signed up, started visiting a group home twice a month. She talked to kids who'd been through hell. Listened to their stories, told them hers. One girl asked her, how did you get out? A biker helped me. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Why'd he do it? Leia thought about that. Because someone needed to, and he was there. 10 years later, Leia graduated college, social work degree, top of her class. Cole sat in the audience wearing an actual suit. The Hawks filled an entire row. They cheered so loud the dean gave them a look. At dinner afterward, Leia raised her glass. To the man who saved my life. To the kid who saved mine, Cole said. They clinked glasses. The Hawks got loud, told embarrassing stories, made terrible jokes, normal family stuff. Leia started work at Child Protective Services. First week, she got assigned a case. 9-year-old boy, abusive home, scared, alone. She drove to the address, knocked on the door. The foster parent who answered was rough around the edges, tattoos, gruff voice, but gentle eyes. I'm here for Daniel, Leia said. He's in the back, working on a bike with me. She followed him to the garage. The boy was tiny, holding a wrench twice the size of his hand. Daniel, this is Miss Brennan. She's your caseworker. Daniel looked up, fear in his eyes. Am I in trouble? No, I'm here to help. That's what they all say. Leia crouched down. You like motorcycles? I guess. Me too. I rebuilt a 1972 Honda. Took me 3 years. Daniel's eyes widened. Really? Really? And you know what I learned? What? Sometimes broken things can be fixed. You just need the right tools and someone who cares enough to try. The foster parent, a guy named Marcus, caught her eye. Nodded, he understood. Leia visited Daniel every week. Watched Marcus work with him, saw the fear fade, saw trust grow, saw the same transformation she'd gone through. 6 months later, Marcus applied for adoption. Leia wrote the recommendation letter herself. This family is unconventional, she wrote, but love doesn't come in traditional packages. It comes in the form of people who show up. Who stay, who fight when needed and hold when needed more. I recommend approval without hesitation. The adoption went through. At the courthouse, Marcus shook her hand. Thank you. You did the work, I just saw it. You know what it's like, don't you? Yeah, I do. Daniel hugged her. Will you still visit? Absolutely. She left the courthouse and drove to Cole's shop. He was under a truck, cursing at a stubborn bolt. Old man, you need help? Leia called. Cole rolled out on the creeper. Grease covered his face. Gray touched his temples now. Old man, I'm 52. Ancient. He stood up, wiping his hands. How'd it go? Adoption approved. Kids got a good home. Because of you. Because someone taught me what that looks like. Cole pulled her into a hug, got grease on her jacket. She didn't care. I'm proud of you, kid. I know, you tell me every week. Because it's true every week. A motorcycle rumbled outside. Tank walked in, older but no less huge. Family dinner tonight, Tank announced. My place, 7 o'clock, bring pie. I don't make pie, Leia said. Then bring store-bought, we don't judge. That evening, 20 people crammed into Tank's house. Iron Hawks and their families. Kids running around, dogs barking, chaos and noise and love. Cole sat in the corner watching. Leia sat beside him. You good? She asked. Yeah, you. Perfect. A little girl ran up. Tank's granddaughter. Miss Leia, will you braid my hair? Sure thing. Leia got to work, fingers moving quick and practiced. Cole watched her with the kid, watched her laugh, watched her belong. He thought about that day in the diner, the scared girl under his table, the choice he'd made, the life they'd built, best decision he'd ever made. Leia finished the braid. The little girl ran off. Leia looked at Cole. What? She asked. Nothing, just grateful. For what? For you, for this, for all of it. She leaned her head on his shoulder. Me too, Dad, me too. The words still hit him, Dad. She'd started using it 3 years ago, never got old. Tank called everyone to the table. Food covered every surface. Hands reached, plates filled, conversations overlapped. Leia stood to give a toast. The room quieted. To family, she said. The kind you're born into and the kind you choose, and to second chances. Second chances, everyone echoed. They ate, they laughed, they told stories about the old days. About the time Cole tried to cook Thanksgiving turkey and nearly burned down the house. About the time Leia accidentally knocked over 15 motorcycles like dominoes. Later, as people started leaving, Leia pulled Cole aside. I got something for you. She handed him an envelope. Inside was a photo. Leia in her college graduation gown, standing between Cole and a stone memorial. The memorial had a name, Sarah Brennan. Cole's daughter. When did you? Last month. I wanted her to be part of it, in a way. Cole's vision blurred. She would have liked you. I wish I could have met her. Me too, but you know what? I think she sent you to me. Sounds crazy, but I believe it. Not crazy, just love. They stood there, father and daughter, both saved by each other. Outside, motorcycles started up. Engines roared. Headlights cut through the darkness. Cole walked Leia to her car. She drove a sedan now, practical, but her motorcycle sat in Cole's garage waiting for weekend rides. See you Sunday? Cole asked. Bike needs an oil change. I'll be there. She drove away. Cole stood in the driveway, watching her taillights disappear. Tank walked up beside him. You done good, brother. We all did. Nah, that was you. You saw a scared kid and chose to care. That's rare. Felt like the only choice. That's what makes you good. They stood in silence. The night was cool, stars bright. Think she'll be okay? Tank asked. The work she does, it's heavy. She'll be okay, she's strong. Gets that from you. Gets it from surviving. I just gave her a safe place to land. Tank clapped him on the shoulder. Sometimes that's everything. They walked back inside, helped clean up, stacked chairs, washed dishes. Normal, boring, beautiful routine. Cole drove home alone. Wrench was gone now, buried under the oak tree in the backyard, but a new dog, a mutt named Bolt, greeted him at the door. The house was quiet, but not empty. Photos covered the walls. Leia at 10, at 13, at 16, at 21. Her whole childhood documented. Cole sat on the couch. Bolt jumped up beside him. Not aloud, but Cole let it slide. He thought about all the lives that had intersected that day. His, Leia's, the stepfather's, Mrs. Chen's, the Hawks. One moment, one choice, everything changed. His phone buzzed, text from Leia. "Thanks for everything, love you," he typed back. "Love you too, kid." Simple words, but they carried weight, years of meaning, a lifetime of moments. Cole turned off the lights, headed to bed. Tomorrow he'd open the shop, fix some bikes, maybe grab lunch with Tank. Normal life, but nothing was normal about it. Nothing was ordinary about finding redemption in a scared child's eyes, about building a family from broken pieces, about learning that love doesn't need bloodlines, it just needs showing up. And Cole had shown up, that day in the diner, every day since. He'd keep showing up until his last breath, because that's what family does. The house settled into silence. Outside, a motorcycle passed on the distant highway. The sound faded into night, and somewhere in the city, Leia fell asleep in her apartment, safe and loved, carrying forward the kindness that had saved her. The circle was complete. The story never ending. One scared girl, one choice. Everything changed.